Finian the fox awoke with a jolt. A sharp pain shot through his rear. He struggled, his paws scrabbling at the rough wood. He was trapped. By the time the farmer freed him, the damage was done. His magnificent, bushy tail was gone, severed cleanly. Shame washed over him. He limped home, his usually proud gait now a dejected shuffle. The other foxes, what would they think? He imagined their laughter, their pointed stares. The thought was unbearable. Days turned into weeks. Finian avoided the others, hiding in the shadows of the woods. His once vibrant fur seemed dull, mirroring his spirit. He was a changed fox, forever marked by his loss. But one evening, a spark of defiance ignited within him. He wouldn't let this define him. He would change their perception, not by regaining his tail, but by changing their perspective. The next morning, Finian stood before the entrance of the fox den, his voice ringing out across the clearing. Fellow foxes, gather round. I have an announcement. One by one, curious and cautious, the foxes emerged. Whispers rippled through their ranks. Finian, his head held high, stood tall, despite his truncated form. For too long, he declared, his voice clear and strong. We have burdened ourselves with these cumbersome tails. They hinder our speed. They tangle in brambles. And as you all know, they make us vulnerable to traps. He gestured to his own stumpy rear. I, Finnian, have experienced the liberation of a tailless life. He launched into a passionate speech, describing the newfound freedom and agility he felt. He spoke of the advantages of a shorter, less encumbering tail. He demonstrated his newfound speed and maneuverability with a series of graceful leaps and turns across the clearing, his movements fluid and efficient. The other foxes watched, their initial skepticism slowly giving way to wonder. Some were still hesitant. A few older foxes murmured amongst themselves, their eyes betraying a mixture of doubt and admiration. But many younger foxes, eager for change and innovation, were captivated by Finian's confidence and enthusiasm. By the end of his speech, his message had resonated. The embarrassment and shame that had consumed him began to fade. He had not only overcome his own insecurity, but had also inspired his community to embrace a new way of thinking. That day, the foxes did not mock Finian. Instead, they started to discuss the merits of his ideas. They began to see the practicality of what he had presented, and the shame Finian had felt transformed into a sense of pride. He had proven that true strength and courage resided not in conformity, but in embracing one's unique circumstances and inspiring others to do the same. Finian, the tailless fox, had become a symbol of resilience and unconventional wisdom within his community.